welcome to my first video ever. Very exciting, very nerve-wracking, but I'm going to be doing this Reputation inspired look. It's inspired by her album cover and some looks that she's worn in shows, which I'm going to go see her in Maryland in July. So I'm really excited about that. She rocks a darker lip now, and I have my ring on. I put it on at the end, actually, so you don't see me wear it most of the time, but so this is the look that she tends to rock a lot. You know, just a cool toned, light, smoky eye with wing liner, and I put on lashes because in the show she does wear lashes. So I put on some light lashes because I can't really rock any heavy lashes. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. I don't know where I put my headband, but I'm just going to start by priming my eyes with the AOA Wonder Cover Concealer, which is not a great concealer. It's kind of sticky, which makes it perfect, though, for an eye base. So if I look down here, I have my mirror down here. I'm just going to put it on my eyes to prime. And then we're going to blend it out with a Morphe E8 brush. Just going to blend it all over my lid. So I'm going to use this palette that I put some single eyeshadows into, and it's some ColourPop, Makeup Geek, and Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. So I'm going to start with Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, which is a really light transition on me, but it's just a good starting transition for fair skin tones also. So I'm going to take some on a Sigma E40 brush. It's my favorite starting brush, and blend it into the crease. Go a little bit above the crease so that it blends nicely. Just keep going back and forth. Alright, next I'm going to take my Morphe M433 brush, which is denser than the Sigma E40, but still very fluffy. And I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Latte, which is very well loved. And then I'm going to put that lower in the crease. And just go back and forth and blend it out. Right. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Warm Taupe, which is this one. It's a little cooler and deeper. I'm going to take my Morphe R39 brush, which is denser than the M433. I'm going to put it lower in the crease. This is where you're going to start making your shape. So Taylor has more of a winged out eyeshadow, which is, you know, what she always does because she loves her wing liner. So I'm going to start on the outside and start dragging it out a bit to create a wing, and then bring the rest inside to blend it. And then I'm also going to join it to the bottom to my lash line like that, so that it's not just a line and then space. I'm going to keep going. Same thing on the other eye. And it's okay if you get a little bit on your lid because we're going to clean it up with concealer. Okay. So I'm going to take the Sigma E25 brush. It's my favorite thin blending brush for the crease. And basically, if I could pick one eye brush to use for the rest of my life, it would be this one, hands down. And I'm going to take Makeup Geek Brownie Points, which is deeper, cool toned. It's going to add a little bit of shadow, because in Reputation, Taylor has more of a cool tones, light smoky eye. It's not a very deep smoky eye, which I typically do deep smoky eyes all the time. This is a very light smoky eye. So I'm going to go in lowest in the crease. I'm not going to go all the way in like I did with the other colors. I'm going to go about 2/3 of the way in, then wing it out, going on a very light hand, tap off the excess, and same the other side. Next, I'm going to take the AOA eye base that we started out with. I mean, it's a concealer, but I used it as an eye base. And take a little bit and put it on the back of my hand, just a little bit. And then this one I might have to get close to the mirror for. Then I'm going to take a MAC 242, which is my favorite, all over lid, flat definer brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer. Okay, and then I'm going to carve out the lid. So I'm just going to sweep up so that there's a defining line, and then lightly blend out the rest. I'm going to use my finger so that it's not too harsh, and do the same with the other eye. Make sure you have it right before you move on to the next eye, because you don't want it to dry down and be not what you want. And carve out. Then I'm going to go back in with my E25 and the Warm Taupe eyeshadow and blend out the crease a bit so it's not so harsh. And then what I'm going to do is take Makeup Geek's Mirage, though if you don't want it that bright, you could just go back in with the banana powder. And then the 242 brush, I'm just going to set the concealer. She has a very matte eye look. Make sure you don't go too far and cover up all your work on the outside. And then next I'm going to wing out my liner using MAC Roller Wheel. I've been using this liner for a while. A lot of people don't like it, but I really like it. It gives a really sharp line and it's really matte, which I love. So I'm just gonna wing out my eyeliner. I'm going to clean it up because I know this was just bad wing today. Then I'm going to use my Almay eye wipes, which is what I use all the time. I'm just going to clean up my wing. I'm going to take my Sephora black eyeliner and I'm going to just tightline. just to make sure there are no gaps between the eyeliner and your tight line. So, and now I'm going to use my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, but I'm going to curl my lashes first using my Sephora eyelash curler. And coat mascara. This is totally optional, but I'm going to apply some lashes. These are the Ardell Faux Mink lashes in the style 810. They just give me a lot of volume, and I like them a lot, even though I really don't wear lashes on a normal day. I'm going to take an older pair that I've already opened, and I'm just going to apply some Duo Glue. Which, if you have any recommendations for a glue that doesn't burn your eyes, I think I might be allergic to this, please let me know. I think the House of Lashes glue is one of them. Now I'm going to let it dry for a bit. And then this one goes on my right eye, so I'm going to start. I might have to get really close to the mirror for this. Not exactly an expert at applying these just yet. I only just started. I'm going to apply the other one off camera. I'll be right back. So I'm going to go in with the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer. I'm going to put on my fingers and focus it on my nose, because that's where I get most oily. And when you're at the concert, or when she's performing, she wants it on the whole time. So putting in the places where I get oily. Now what I'm going to do is take the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion and the NARS Radiant Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm going to mix the two. On the back of my hand, put a little bit of the lotion, just because I find it makes it look less cakey, but I love this foundation. I don't need as full coverage as it gives. I'd rather it just look a little bit more natural. So I have it on the back of my hand. I'm going to mix it. I'm going to dot it all over my face. Chin, nose, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender, take whatever is left on the back of my hand and start bouncing it into the skin. Seriously wish I had my just keep bouncing it. Then now I'm going to spot conceal using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel. Just going to cover up some dark spots I have from acne scarring. Then I'm going to blend it in using my e.l.f. concealer brush. I'm going to holy grail spot concealing brush. It just works so well. Now I'm going to conceal. In keeping with the whole satin theme, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Natural. Taylor has perfect cheekbones and structure, but I'm going to try to mimic that. Just going in a triangle underneath my eyes. I usually don't like to put such a full coverage concealer this far down, but we're going for really full coverage today. Now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, blend it out. And now I have a different Beauty Blender for baking, like it's an old one, because I feel like the powder like messes with the Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to dip my Beauty Blender in, and I'm going to bake my under eyes. And because I'm also super oily, on my nose is super oily, the rest of my face is normal, but I'm just gonna bake my nose also. I'm going to contour using my KKW Beauty Dark 1 contour stick. Really like this because she doesn't really have a super bronzed look. She has more of a clean contoured look, but with a little bit of bronziness. So this is the more cool tone of the two shades that I have. So I'm just going to draw a line right where I would contour. I'm going to take my Makeup Geek rounded blush brush and work the product up. You don't want to drag it down because then it won't give you a contoured effect. Then I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. Really don't have the shade on here. I think I wiped it all off, but it's one of the darker shades. It's a more cool toned one. It's very well loved. And I'm going to take my NARS Vita brush, favorite contouring brush ever, and just chisel out the cheekbones. You should go up when using this brush so it's just not one single line. You just set everywhere I put the cream concealer. Okay. And right now I'm going to kick off the bake using, I'm going to put a little bit of my NYX HD banana powder on my brush and kick off my bake. She doesn't have a highlighter, so I'm just going to use my NARS Ambient Lighting Palette, which I never use for just highlight. You usually use it to kick off bake. And I'm going to take my highlighting brush and use the brightest one in here, which is the middle. And then I'm going to set that liquid. I usually like a really blinding highlight, but she doesn't tend to have blinding highlights, so a little bit on my nose. What I'm going to do is, because my face is looking a little matte, I'm going to mix all these powders on my Morphe M438 and just put some on my under eye to create some radiance. Then I'm going to put it on my Real Techniques multitasking brush on the rest of my face just to bring back some radiance. For blush, I have been wanting to try this collection for a really long time, and my mom finally bought it for me. It's the Patrick Star MAC collection. And this is the I'm Not Blushing Powder Duo. It comes with like a bronzy shade and a peachy shade. I think the peach is too light for me unless I mix the two. So I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown blush brush, mix the two, and just apply it to my cheeks. And Taylor has very sharp cheekbones, so if you take it from the top of your cheekbone and just drag down a bit, it gives you the impression of sharper cheekbones. Not all the way down, because that'll just round your face out just a little bit. Now, I'm going to finish off my under my eyes. I'm going to take my Smashbox pencil brush and a little bit of creme brulee, and place it under my lash line, blending it out. Now I'm going to take a shade I haven't taken before. It's Cloud 9 by ColourPop. It's a really cool tone dark brown. I'm going to take it on my Sigma E15 flat definer brush. Her under eyes are never heavy. So what I'm going to do is just press it to the outer corner. Bring it not even halfway in. Almost halfway in. What I'm going to do is go back to my pencil brush, take a bit of Latte now, blend it out. If you have lighter skin tones, you can leave it here, but because my skin tone is darker, I need a little bit more definition. So what I'm going to do is take this eyeliner again, just place it in the outer corner, barely drag it in. Finally, I'm going to take, got a new one, the MAC Extended Play Lash. This is my favorite lower lash mascara because I like no lower lashes, and bigger ones tend to get everywhere on me. So I'm going to take it, just apply to my lower lash line. So with Reputation, instead of her true red lips, she's been going darker and a little bit more burgundy. So I'm going to mix two. I have the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipstick in Video Vixen, and my NARS Audacious lipstick in Jean. And what I'm going to do, first is take some lip liner. I'm going to take my MAC Cyber World lip liner. It's a little bit too dark, but you know. I'm just going to line my lips. Now she has more of a fuller lower lip, so I'm going to overdraw my lower lip a little bit. Just using this as a guideline because it's more purple than burgundy, but it's the darkest one I had. I'm going to use my Morphe lip brush, the E19, and spread the product out. Actually, if you spread it out like this, it's more true to what she has. But if you want to lighten it further, you take this NARS Audacious lipstick. It's a little bit lighter. And I'm going to put it, start in the center, focus in the center. Now I have my Fix Plus, and I'm just going to spray it all over my face to melt the powders in. So I hope you enjoyed this look. Yes, I put on my Reputation ring. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you're going to see the concert, let me know when. Just leave it down below. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.